we are now doing this rebuild, and that is a Saint. Here we are. We are doing a Saints rebuild. Well, for this one, well, it turns out looks like the Max Heath trade might not be happening, as he got delisted by the Saints. Free agency's open for business. As we're going to be submitting our free agency offer for Tom DeConing. As we all remembered, he came in free agency in real life. Coming from Carlton. So too did his teammate Jack Silvani. Because this one we're giving it a second try. Remember the last time I tried to do this, Saints can even win a grand final. Well, DeConing signed. He's going to be playing for the Saints in 2026. Another one that will also be signing on free agency is Jack Silvani. They both feel average at Carlton. Let's give Jack Silvani a 4-year deal. That's 36 players currently under contract at this club. Let's see if I can get this Saints team to a premiership in 2026. And now the trade period's officially open. Let's see what compensation did Carlton get for losing Silvani at DeConing. Well, they did get picks 6 and 21 as compo for losing both players. As we'll probably need that other pick so we can do a swap for new players. We're doing a trade with Melbourne. As we all remembered in real life, Jack Steele got traded to Melbourne for a future third-round pick, and that is deal done. Is deal done. Hello, Port Adelaide. We'll give you Jimmy Webster, Mason Ward. Paddy Dow, and all just so we can get Zach Butters out of Port Adelaide. That's another newbie coming to the Saints a bit earlier. Saints and West Coast are going to be swapping future thirds just for Liam Ryan to come to the Saints. Five minutes into the stream. We now trade with the Suns. We'll get the Gold Coast Jack McRae, Dan Butler. Hang on a minute, not Dan Butler. Harry Boyd. And a pick. Just to pull off the biggest heist this century. Matt Bernard Anderson, Matty Rowell, and also Ben King. Doesn't matter, we actually got Ben King in free agency anyway. For the Saints, we are trying to fill up out of Paul for a few more picks. Because Ross Lyon doesn't really rate him anymore. As for the Eagles, we'll give them Angus McLennan, Dougal Howard, McLennan, who else? Armstrong. Pick 43. As they'll give us enough room to get some more players. Brisbane, hello again. Hello, Brisbane. We'll give you Liam Henry. Max Hall. Pick 10. So we can get the Ashcrofts. So I'll go from they've won back-to-back. They help Brisbane go back-to-back. As they will now look to help the Saints win a premiership. And also Charlie Cameron. That is yet another trade accepted. This time for the Ashcroft boys. Hello, Collingwood. See what we're offering you. Sam Butler and Jack Carroll. Handing off the Collingwood, well, pretty much in return for Darcy Moore. To get free of Collingwood's best father sons. Darcy Moore. Josh Dacos. And Nick Dacos. Another win for the Saints. Well, first it was the Ashcrofts, now it's the Dacoses. And we also managed to land Darcy Moore in a Saints Guernsey. since we've now got Darcy Moore, well, there's probably no need for the likes of probably no need for Ari Shawmaker. He's been delisted in real life. As we dealt him to Richmond. As for Dougal Howard, well, we are happy. I've already brought in a couple of free agents: Ben King, Tom DeConing, and Jack Silvani for the Saints project. Oh, this looks like a completely different Saints side. This next deal, we are swapping one Adelaide boy for another. Well, I've actually brought in brought the Conning in as a restricted free agent, and also brought Ben King in as a restricted free agent. Ben King got brought in as a restricted free agent. Gold Coast elected not to match. As Gold Coast are going a compensation pick in return to cover for his loss. That is another trade accepted for the Saints. Now for the Cats. Two-year contract done. That is it. That is another huge in for St Kilda. They just brought in 299 rated players to shore up their midfield and forward line. Carman, if you're watching this, well, if you're thinking, how on earth the Saints are fighting all this? Well, I gave him some. They must have had a new owner. Sadly, we had to surrender all our draft picks. Let's hope this can actually get us a premiership. Well, we've actually got a better Henry, Maxwell Henry. As we opted to go with some under 18 championship players in the rookie draft. We'll give Ryan the 44 gun. Dobson swapped the 32, so Darcy Moore can take the 30 Guernsey. Josh Day costs away 15, 13. Anderson 15. We'll give Rowell 18. Will Ashcroft away 6. Nearly everyone's getting new numbers at the Saints. Anyways, we're also going to take a look at the women's trade period as well for the Saints. Their trade period is open as well. Saints and Collingwood are open for a pick swap. To bring the one-time childhood Collingwood supporter Michaela Hyde to the Saints. And they've also brought Charlie Rowbottom in from the Gold Coast. As for the Roos, I think we might give away some picks. Just so we can get Asperdell. Who else? Taylor Gatt. Who else can we get for the Saints project? Jazz Garner. And Libby Birch. All just for the price of pick 5. We've basically weakened North Melbourne a bit by getting its 4 of our best players to come to the Saints. More important thing to do as well, got to get Patrikios a new contract. She's been at the Saints since day 1. Jamie Lambert's also getting a new deal for the Saints. Let's do another trade with North in the women's. Let's swap their seconds just so we can bring Kate Shearlaw back to the Saints. And that deal's accepted. We've just got an old Saint back in our women's team. Poor Power. From the poor culture to the Saints culture, welcome Derek and Scholes to St Kilda AFL Women's. Hello, Carlton. Let's do another second round pick swap. One Schultz isn't enough for the Saints. What about two? As Poppy also finds herself a Saint. As a Saint. As one Saint Kilda. Yeah, their trade period's closing. Saints decided to give Brooke Tynan a career revival while playing on a new team. That is 2025 over. Let's go to 2026. Expectations are very high this year for the Saints, considering we got all these new recruits. Look at this. Look at this Saints team that is being constructed. Like Wilkie, and I think Levi Ashcroft. We'll make Garcia the sub. Well, great start to the preseason for St Kilda. Round one, we got the Dockers. See, this young Saints side can be able to live up to their expectations. Well, great start so far. If anyone's watching this, well, does this look like a drought-breaking premiership team? It's been 60 years since St Kilda won a premiership. Brought in a lot of players with premiership experience. Help us out. And the Saints have won at the Cattery for the first time since 1999 in this round. Sorry about that, viewers. I'll be back soon. I'm just gonna take the dog for a walk soon, and also let's simulate the Saints Hawthorn. Let's sim through the Saints Hawthorn game. Looks like we got Windhager out injured. We got Sinclair back in the side, luckily. And look at that, we got it done against Hawthorn by 69 points. This is the Saints' best start to a season since what? 2009! Well, not bad. So, which we've seen for the rest of the season. St Kilda are in second! Coming. But the worst part is we're going to face Brisbane first week of the finals. I'll be back soon. Anyways, we are back. Mitchie Yards is back in the side. So it's Josh Day, Cots. Silvani. Levi Ashcroft. Let's have Sinclair do kickouts with Wangani Malera. We still can't beat. Oh no! I think we still can't even beat the Premiers. Semi-final, we got the Dogs. At least there is good news. Darcy Moore's back in the side. We also got Liam Ryan coming into the side. How does it keep happening to us? Why does the AFL still hate St Kilda? Is that because of its 19? Is that because they wanted Collingwood to win in 1966? I think the AFL still have a bit of a personal vendetta against the Saints after what happened in 1966. Because they've allowed their children, Brisbane and the Western Bulldogs, to win their finals. We just promoted Liam O'Connell to the senior list for 2026. Adam Tomlinson's got himself a new contract. Seb gets a new deal. Let's give Dodson one more year. Oh, he doesn't want one more year. It's only the first year of his New York Saints side playing together. We made the semi-finals. It's just Dodson who's been delisted. We're about to get another crow in this free agency period. We might have to do a trade for Mitch Hinge. Trading. Write a new deal. Let's go and speak to Port once again. Pick 15. Pick 15, Hugo Boxall and Patrick Said. Should be enough. To bring Connor Rosé to the Saints. As we all know, Connor Rosé, he was a Saints supporter growing up. He can get to play for the club he supported as a little boy. Let's go to let's speak to the Rose. Well, we'll probably swap Anthony Caminiti and I think pick 37. Just to get a 99 rated defender. As I gave the Saints a 99 rated defender to possibly help us out in the finals. We might have to part with Brad Hill. I think that should be it with our business. Unless there was a curveball thrown our way. Which we probably won't accept. Look at that, the Saints women are doing really well for themselves. Sadly, if the Med Saints can't win something, let's see if the women's Saints can be. Well, the women's Saints are in the grand final against Carlton. Still no picks in the draft. The Saints. as we're still trying to win a premiership for the men. Burgess, Kettleborough, and Montclair. We're all there on the seats. We'll move Connor Rosie to 26. Because he's got a bit of that Nick Del Santo in him. Sadly, Ash Richards is out for the Saints women's grand final against Carlton. Not even the women can. Not even the Saints girls can be able to get it done. Well, we come so close. Come so close and yet so far. Now for the... That's another deal we'll have to decline. A lot of our players basically have re-signed. Well, we got another chance to win the Premiership 2027. As 2026 was a bit of a learning curve. Let's sim through the 2027 season to see if we can do it. Good start so far. 5, 6. Well, is this like 2009 or... Well, it's almost like the 2009 winning streak that we had. Here at the Saints. And at the end of the season, well, we finished top of the ladder once again. We finished top of the ladder with a 20-win season. Can we get this qualifying final done against the Brisbane Lions? Well, it's time for revenge. After Brisbane knocked us out in the finals last time out. Got to remember last time out, Saints kind of got us in the Crows got us in the finals last time out. I bet Lions got us last time out. And bro, they're just sweet. 81-point win against the Lions. While I've been writing the AFL season script, mother, to possibly send later on to the AFL, I'm actually up to round 2 for that now, mother. present season's usually defined by a script writer. I think that script writer the last 2 years was a Brisbane supporter. Well, maybe this year might be written by a Tri supporter, like myself. Who knows? Might have an unexpected event for round 20 against between Crows and Collingwood. The unexpected event might be a food poisoning incident for Collingwood. As their pre-match dinner was actually falling late. So that's what I had Collingwood saying that night. Probably skip one star like the whole time. Or maybe a 5-star hotel with dinner. Let's hope the chef can do it close the phone on that off and basically give the Collingwood players more tickets. Who knows, maybe. They might give the Collingwood players more tickets. Because they eat up the chicken. Can they bring it sick and we bring it with 100 points? Well, at least he can twist it on in by my twist it on right on my side and on the Crows. First game, my new class. First game for the new team is my 350th. Let's go to the Who we got in the prelim? And this Saints side. Hi, Riley, just to let you know, well, this is a Saints rebuilding. In 2027, they're in the preliminary final. One game away from potentially breaking the drought of 61 years now. As this is the trifecta. This is the second of the trifecta for the Petrarca Flanders steel deals. One of the last one's going to be a bit of a brutal one. As it's going to be Melbourne as they traded for Jack Steele. Even though he's a good player. Marshall's out. Well, at least we got De Koning for a bit of backup. Josh Dacos is out. At least we got Windhager. Ashcroft is out. At least we got Anderson. I'll come back in. Bobby back in for Collard. What a comeback in a preliminary final. Saints were 4, got 6 goals down at half time. Come back to win by a kick. Wowee, what a comeback by the boys. We were playing James Leake down back for that final. At least we got Josh Dacos back for the grand final. Who else is back for the granny? Callum Wilkie. It's a shame we don't have Prince Charming for the grand final, a.k.a. Will Ashcroft. Out goes Torau, in goes... Flag Saints is coming in 2027. It's loading. Liam Stocker's back into the grand final, and... Well, this is a grand final to lose! We got Richmond! Not to lose, we got Richmond! We got the long-time struggling Tigers in the grand final. All the other contenders have been eliminated. Well, this is St Kilda's after 61 years away. It looks like this is St Kilda's premiership. We're playing 5-minute quarters, played a game. Hang on, wait, let's spectate the game. As we'll hand you over to Anthony Hudson, Gary Lyon, and Daniel Harford to the commentary. And we'll see you soon to see if St Kilda are going to win this premiership after 61 years.
Good afternoon, one and all. I'm Anthony Hudson. It's great to have you with us at the MCG. This is the Toyota AFL Grand Final between St Kilda and Richmond. This is the day when dreams come true, when hearts are broken, when reputations are enhanced or diminished. For some, it will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The players are ready to charge onto the ground. I'm joined by Daniel Harford. Great to have you along, Harf. How do you see this one unfolding?
Good to be here, Hutto. I'm going with the Saints. Two very worthy sides, obviously, but I've gone with the favourites because their best is the best, and they have no obvious weakness. May it be a terrific game.
Thanks, Harf. Excitement is building for this one. The crowd already making plenty of noise as the captains come together. Both sides are very confident they've nailed their preparation, and there's every reason to expect one of the great grand finals. Listen to the roar. It's an atmosphere like no other. De Koning wins the first tap. Flanders gathers. Anderson. Broad says thank you very much. What's he got on offer? Deer makes position. Takes the logical option. Broad. His field kicking is normally first rate. No one can mark. Flanders leading from the front. That's poor play. Kicks to space. Lace out. Great footy.
They should be on the board with a goal.
Goes goalward, and he's off target.
It's a let-off. He should have put that one away.
He's off. Well-weighted kick. Dacos. That's good work rate. The Tigers with an opportunity now. You have to be tough to play this game. Ball up. The defenders will need to be on guard. Nankervis palms it down. O'Sullivan taken to ground. He seemed completely unaware of the company he had.
Nothing wrong with ambition, but you've got to know your limits.
He's generally a good kick. Quality delivery by foot. Feeds it out. The ump's not feeling forgiving today.
I think that was a skill error.
That's a useful ball. Layla has it within range.
They should already have put the first on the
Well,
board.
it's still early
This
days.
goes through.
I reckon St Kilda will actually win this, considering that Richmond, well, they've been struggling themselves in recent years. He's missed!
It's nice to back
Richmond have missed it. 2-0. Well, their inaccuracy might give the Saints a bit of an advantage.
The kick is precise. Can they get something going? Flanders has found some space. In no hurry here. That's a good option, and this looks promising. De Koning on a lead. Ashcroft gives it everything. Cameron, he ran into a brick wall. We're still waiting for the first goal of the match. Nankervis wins it. O'Sullivan, Houghton, this is promising. Normally delivers. The interchange bench might be calling after that blue. That's got to be a free kick. Took them on and didn't dispose of it correctly.
He's not hiding his annoyance, but I think he's more upset with himself than with the umpire.
Layla has drifted forward and marked. Golden opportunity here.
Got to make the most of their early ascendancy.
They've missed a couple early, but not this one.
They could have had the first a little earlier, of course, but no damage done.
The Tigers were underdogs coming in, but they look anything but in the early going. Flanders on the same page as his ruck. Anderson snares the loose ball. Caught. Dropped it like a hot potato. Great anticipation. He was optimistic if he thought he could break that tackle. Nankervis wins the tap. Algier. Good disciplined defence. Smiley has a paddock in front of him. Throws it on the boot, and that's a goal.
It's too early to panic, but they might think about making a couple of changes before a bad start becomes worse.
Oh my days. Being nearly over once Richmond will win it.
The Tigers are up and about early. The big men fly. O'Sullivan sharks it. Rosie. It's a tough game. Rao. Flanders. Miller got a fist in. Clean pickup. They are looking hot early. De Koning making his claim for the Golden Fist Award. Flanders. The Saints not at their best so far. Campbell wins it back. O'Sullivan. You can't question his commitment. The Tigers are playing some great footy. Lynch feeling the heat. They appeal for holding the ball, and the umpire agrees.
Took too long there and coughs up what could have been a shot on goal.
In no hurry here. King can keep it moving. Waiting for someone to come at him. It's come unstuck. They're playing with purpose and poise. McKenzie has got loose.
He hasn't got his name on the goal scorers list yet. Here's a good chance.
Through it goes, and they extend the lead.
He managed to find some space, and he was never going to have a problem converting from there.
It's a handy buffer they've established. De Koning showing his skills. Flanders, Anderson, Butters, fighting hard. Can he impose himself on the match? King has a way of drawing the footy.
The Saints are flat at the moment. Perhaps a goal here would energise them.
This will be a close thing, but close enough isn't good enough.
Well, what can you say? That is a dead set shot.
Looking for a quick transition. Armstrong works hard to present. Conservative kick. Rioli pushes into space and receives the footy. Armstrong. Layla. Strong grab. The Tigers are up and about early. Well played. Can he hit a target? That's an uncharacteristic mistake. They need a spark. Cameron working hard and being rewarded. The Saints have been out of sorts. Dacos with a chance to run. Wanganeen Malira picking their way through. Cameron. This is good footy. Butters. They've worked it well.
He could put the finishing touch on a fine passage of play.
He hasn't troubled the scorers, and he won't with that effort. The Tigers with a fast start, but plenty of work still to do. It's quarter time. Gary Lyon is with us. What do you make of this one, Gaz?
The Saints might find this difficult to turn around. I don't think they brought the right attitude, and their opponents now have not only the template for knocking them off, but also great belief. If there was any complacency coming in, that's gone now.
Thanks, Gary. As we get going again. De Koning punches it out of the ruck. He'll be sore in the morning. They're tackling with venom today. De Koning with a deft tap. Flanders. Algier mops that one up. Crosses the paint. Clark wins it back. Great mark. Good looking kick. King stripped of it. Campbell in the right spot at the right time. Houghton. It looks a well-oiled forward line.
The Tigers are working harder at the present time, and they're reaping the rewards.
No problems there. Good afternoon, one and all. I'm Anthony Hudson. We're live from the MCG. This is the Toyota AFL Grand Final between St Kilda and Richmond. This is the day when dreams come true, when hearts are broken, when reputations are enhanced or diminished. For some, it will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Now it's time for the players to take to the field. All the preparation is done, and there's nothing left but to get the show underway and find out just who is the best side in the competition. A painfully slow week gives way to a massive roar. Nankervis wins the first ruck contest. Anderson, Rao, what can he do with it? Ashcroft marks inside 50 and can have a shot.
The Tigers are on the back foot almost immediately. It was an easy setup for this first shot at goal.
Gives it a ride, but it'll pull up short. Rushed over, and they can reset.
They've got an opportunity here to get the ball down the other end quickly.
Looking for a quick transition. Quality delivery by foot. Well-weighted kick. Good thinking and good execution too. He's got an option in the centre square. It's a bad mistake. Going for territory. Spud Frawley would have loved that one. Miller. King desperate to win it back. Anderson for the first goal of the grand final. Listen to the roar.
It doesn't matter who you are. It's always good to get an early one on the board.
The Saints have opened their account. De Koning with a deft tap. Flanders, Anderson, Dacos, Rao. They've worked it well. Gibcus makes good contact. Banks swoops. Layla gets to the front spot. Honours the lead. Ignoring the corridor for now. That's a strong mark. Probing ball. Sinclair wins it back. Great mark. Rosie has charged into space. Ashcroft. This is a big opportunity. It's a high kick. A real rainmaker. Ryan takes an excellent grab. Normally delivers. Who's front and centre? Dacos. They'll need to limit his influence. Rao. All on his own in the goal square. In he goes.
They've hit the ground running, and a goal here will give them a handy break.
It's a bad miss.
Well, you can't afford to dwell on it. Just got to make sure you get the next one.
No time like the present. Have they weathered the storm? Doesn't often waste it. No one can mark. Miller needs a good decision. Smiley. King didn't need to be asked twice. Squeezes the kick. Anyone's ball. Big tackle laid. The lift door's closed on him and he's gone.
No umpire ever changed their decision because a player had a whinge.
Smiley can keep it moving. He's hit up the lead. Ryan, can he find a teammate? McKenzie takes a beauty. Shaves the grass with that one. Campbell, they've worked it well.
If he can nail this first shot at goal, he might just be in for a big day.
Drop punt looks good. He's got it.
Great team goal. They keep playing like that, they won't be behind for long.
Both teams on the board now. Nankervis got his palm to it. Algier, Houghton, gathers in the centre square. Smiley commands the footy.
Kicking at his first.
I think that's online. It is. They've hit the front.
He had the opportunity to put them in front. That's exactly what he's done. Lovely finish.
The Tigers conceded the first, but they've been on top since then. De Koning slaps it out. O'Connell, sloppy disposal and a turnover. He's made a hot start to this match. McKenzie outbodied his opponent and took a ripper.
This is what he gets paid to do, kick these goals.
He's kicked it like an arrow.
It's always good for the confidence to see that first shot go straight through.
The Tigers with 3 of the first 4. Punch clear. Flanders in his natural habitat. Big shove there, has to be a free. The coach will start pulling out hair in a minute. What's he got on offer? That's an aggressive handball. Brown. Clark got a fist in. Smiley. When one tackle just won't do, it would be a hard umpire who would ping him for that. Good ruck work. Plenty of heat in this game. Anderson can run with the footy. They could be vulnerable here. Tidy ball. O'Connell heads them off at the pass. Searching kick. King got to the right position and hung on. They need a mark. Anderson read it well and claims the mark.
This is an opportunity to settle some anxieties and get their teeth into the contest.
He's given it a tug and missed.
That passage of play deserved a better finish.
He's off. The Tigers showing some good signs early. Ryan with a chance to run. Elgar, he's taken a beauty. Holds it up, waiting for an option to present. Algier. That's an impressive mark. This deserves a goal. They're moving the footy well here.
He can put the finishing touch on a fine passage of play.
It's a deep kick. Lynch is too strong and can extend the margin.
Just has to bend this around the body.
Lynch from the pocket. That is absolutely sublime.
The Saints have got to find a way to put the clamps on. They're too easy to score against at the minute.
The Saints are stuck in second gear. That would want to change pretty quickly. De Koning wins it out of the... Centre, Flanders, Anderson, caught, dropped it like a hot potato. O'Connell, Dacos. You know how this ends. You just know how it ends.
That's a timely, steadying goal, and the Shadows are caught at time.
It's an understatement to say they needed that one. De Koning looking for territory. O'Connell, he didn't break stride. He's so clean with the footy.
This deserves a goal. Should be a goal.
There goes the kick, and he's put it through.
That was reminiscent of Tony Plugger-Lockett, the way he used his body, then went back and put it straight through the middle.
What a time here, a great contest so far, and lots to look forward to. Gary Lyon is here. Gaz, what are your thoughts on what we've seen so far?
The Tigers are in front, but there are some danger signs. They're losing contested ball, clearances and inside 50s. In fact, if you just looked at the stats sheet, you'd assume they must be behind. They've got the lead for now, but they'll have to lift if they're going to keep it.
Good on you, Gary. Thank you. The big men fly. That's a bruising tackle. He's besieged. No one able to clear the footy, so we'll have another ball up. Nankervis slaps it out. O'Sullivan. O'Connell leads his opponent. The defenders will be nervous. It's eluded him. Terrific forward pressure.
Gaz, what have you noticed down at ground level?
The Saints are winning the clearance count, but they haven't made the most of it, it's fair to say.
De Koning has shaded the ruck battle despite the scoreboard. Algier, Ryan, Nankervis has a real turn of pace. Houghton runs towards goal and slams it through for a six-pointer.
They're in front, and they really should be, given their ascendancy in contested ball clearances and inside 50s.
The Saints have the edge, but they're in a dogfight. Don't worry about that. Nankervis showing his skills. It's a hospital hand pass. Why is he kicking it backwards? Banks. O'Connell reads the ball so well. Brown had his name written all over it.
He's 1 from 1 so far.
Not a great kick. Danger averted, frantic defence.
That's smart play, really. There's no point taking unnecessary risks.
Looking for a quick transition. Quality delivery by foot. He's been industrious. Gibcus with a chance to relieve the pressure. The Tigers are out of trouble. Clever kick. Well played. What's he got on offer? Doesn't often waste it. Thumped away. Ashcroft. You asked for it. You got it. The umpire whistles for a ball up. The two big men do battle. Layla knew the tackle was coming. Ryan in the centre square. They've got them on the overlap. Garcia is there to save the day. Taking time to assess the options. Algier with a chance now. He'll feel that one. Got to get rid of it quickly. That's not quick enough.
Better to kick to a contest and get done holding the ball.
Normally delivers. Gibcus is racking up spoils. Trezise. Elgar. Great body work.
To put them back in front.
This would give them a real lift, but he's pushed it wide.
They did well to construct that shot at goal, but the inability to convert really let them down.
He's off. Good thinking and good execution too. Can he find a teammate? De Koning on a lead. His field kicking is normally first rate. Sinclair can keep it moving. He doesn't waste many. Lynch mops that one up. They could be in front in a minute. No wonder coaches go grey. Probing ball. That's a good option, and this looks promising. Dacos just trying to get it forward under pressure. Rosie, it's no place for the faint-hearted. They might be a little unlucky not to be rewarded. It was a fine tackle. De Koning punches it out of the ruck. Anderson runs onto it and can drive them into attack. They want ball, but they're not going to get it. Nankervis with the tap. Houghton, got to get it forward now. Layla, Miller, taken to ground. It's a good old-fashioned gang tackle. There'll be a few feeling sore after this match. De Koning showing his skills. Anderson does the roving. That's a bit of a waste. He's been busy so far. He's set upon.
The Tigers might be behind on the scoreboard, but they're giving a very good account of themselves.
De Koning gets his hand to it. Anderson, Rosie. O'Connell collects the half volley. It hasn't been a great spectacle, but at least it's close. Nankervis wins it down. Algier cops some unwanted attention. Some good tackles are being laid. Both sides are hard at it. Nankervis showing his skills. O'Sullivan, Houghton. Ryan, will he look for a target or go himself?
He's covering so much territory with that elite work ethic. He's arguably best on ground at this stage.
Kicks it goal, and that's ugly. He hasn't even scored. Tidy ball. The kick was centimetre perfect. Slowing it down. King has got loose. By hand. Dacos. Sinclair working hard and being rewarded. Cameron. This is good footy. The Saints should be able to clear now. Ashcroft outbodied his opponent and took a ripper. King has got off the chain. Searching kick. Rosie has floated forward.
I reckon someone got caught ball watching then. You've got to be switched on at all times.
He's very comfortable with these, and that's why.
If they can get up ahead of steam, they'll be hard to stop. That was a terrific passage of play, culminating in a great goal.
This is a pulsating grand final. Hope you're loving it at home. Good ruck work. O'Sullivan sharks it. He'll be sore in the morning. The crowd cries ball, and they get their wish.
He's not hiding his annoyance, but I think he's more upset with himself than with the umpire.
They're moving the footy well here. Can he impose himself on the match? King is like a magnet in that forward line.
Goals haven't exactly flowed so far, so this would be valuable.
Going at his first, and he's got it.
I'll have to watch him more closely than that. He's deadly around goal.
The Saints didn't get off to a great start, but they've righted the ship and will be confident of going on with the job. Gary's with us again. What's on your mind, Gaz?
Space has been hard to come by for the most part, and players have been constantly harassed and pressured into errors. The intensity's been fantastic, but it does take a toll, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the game open up as fatigue sets in. Then it becomes about who's prepared to do the gut running and take some risks.
Thanks, Gary. As we get going again. The big men fly. Butters read it well. Anderson, Rioli making his claim for the Golden Fist Award. The Saints looking ominous. Higgins, he's lost it. Dacos. This for the ideal start. He's made good connection, and they have the first of the turn.
He's usually very accurate, and that was no exception. Great play.
The Saints have one hand on the cup. The big men fly. Butters. Anderson navigated the traffic. Dacos. That's an impressive mark. What's he got on offer?
They're running on top of the ground at the moment and playing an excellent brand of footy.
Gives it a thump. It'll have the distance, but not the accuracy.
They might need to be more patient in constructing better shots at goal.
They've set up well for the kick-in. good work rate. What can they build here? Armstrong. And they're out of trouble. The kick is precise. That's skillful. It's a dreadful mistake. Delivers a long ball. Cameron, great hands there. In he goes.
This is what he gets paid to do, kick these goals.
He goes with the banana, and he's kicked it beautifully.
The Tigers aren't looking like it at the moment. They simply aren't coping with the pressure.
The Saints have got it on their terms. De Koning has rucked tirelessly. Flanders, Butters, takes the logical option. Good build-up. He's blazed away. Defence 101 there. Brown, onto it. Cameron, not on my watch, he says. They asked the question, but the umpire will have it. Nankervis gets his hand to it. Algier, desperate defence. Butters, drop punt, that'll be a goal. Never in doubt.
The Tigers will be sensing it slipping away. They've had a great season. Can they dig deep one more time?
The Tigers are on the precipice. They desperately need to ignite. Good ruck work. O'Sullivan, Houghton. The tackle slips high, free kick. Happy to be patient and wait for an opening. Rioli in the clear on centre wing. Neat little worm burner. They've opened them up here. That's a useful ball. Spud Frawley would have loved that one. He's been accosted. He hasn't hit the scoreboard yet. He has now.
Well, he saw the opening and put it away. Makes a real difference if you can consistently take those kinds of opportunities.
The Tigers haven't played great footy, but they're hanging in there. Nankervis gets his hand to it. Algier, he picked his pocket. De Koning needs to be quick. This is good ball movement. What's he got on offer? They'll compete inside the 50. Anderson accepts that gleefully and will surely kick a goal.
To push the margin beyond 30.
Anderson, what a game he's having. He can make it even better, and he does.
The Tigers are being asked some big questions right now. Perhaps the most important is, do you really believe?
It's not over yet, but it might be soon. Nankervis has shaded the ruck battle despite the scoreboard. In no man's land, Butters. A good kick here and they'll be in business. Ashcroft marks. Will he go the bomb? Rao has a vice-like grip.
To put the icing on the cake.
This deserves a goal, but he's put it the wrong side of the stick.
Well, you can't afford to dwell on it. Just got to make sure you get the next one.
Trying to catch them out towards the boundary line. Good thinking and good execution too. Houghton makes position. Nankervis with a chance to run. Armstrong has found some space. Brown. Flanders went bang. Garcia throws it on the boot. Who's front and centre? Rioli. Clever kick. Algier. It's a tough game. They cannot keep him quiet. Anyone's ball. Rao. King closes to 25. Mark it down. It's a goal.
The Saints are going from strength to strength. They've got all the answers at the minute.
The Saints with 2 on the bounce. Nankervis slaps it out. O'Sullivan. Smiley. Dangerous to leave on his own. Heads for the pocket. Good disciplined defence. Will the umpire pluck a free kick? They've bottled it up. De Koning showing his skills. Anderson. O'Connell. The Saints have winners everywhere. Picking their way through. Higgins works hard to present. Cameron on a lead. What's he got on offer? They've found the magic formula. Ashcroft, that's good work rate. Clark, he was tackled high and will take a free kick. Slick hands. Rioli, they are hunting the ball carrier. Stoppage coming up on the wing. De Koning with a deft tap. Anderson, O'Connell, Rao. They're a big chance here. Higgins, this is great pressure footy. Insufficient intent. A few people not happy with that decision.
He's been penalised for being unable to pinpoint a teammate 60 metres away blindsided on his wrong foot.
Smiley, that's symptomatic of their malaise. Tidy ball. Gee, they're playing well. He'll pump them into attack once more. And the kick inside 50 lets them down. Holds it up, waiting for an option to present. Smiley can keep it moving. Normally delivers. King. De Koning. The Saints are playing some great footy. Time to turn on the Jets. Taken to ground. They have absolutely spifflicated him. They might be a little unlucky not to be rewarded. It was a fine tackle. Anderson leading from the front. O'Connell. Higgins is the man on the spot, and he's marked.
There's some pretty ordinary defending going on out there at the moment.
He's already got one. Now he's got two.
Who'd want to be a defender when the ball's coming down with such regularity?
The Saints were looking good at half-time, and they're looking even better now. This one is theirs for the taking. Now for some analysis from Gary Lyon.
The Tigers need to turn things around this quarter. Their supporters will expect more effort and the coach will demand it. I'm not for a moment suggesting that they're not having a go, but neither have they been frenetic like we know they can be. As Paul Roux says, there's effort and there's absolute effort.
Good on you, Gary. Thank you. Nankervis wins it out of the centre. Kicks to space. Centre square. Loose ball. Anderson. Rao. Goes long. Brown. Great body work.
If he kicks this, that's just about the game.
Is that the grand final? St Kilda are premiers.
You had any doubt before, you shouldn't now.
Well, that's it. Saints are going to be premiers. 61-year wait is over. First time since 1966, the Saints are going to be premiers. Carman 22, if you're watching this, well, it looks like you're going to be jumping for joy about the Saints winning in 2027, beating Richmond in the grand final.
Houghton navigated the traffic. Ryan, they're running up the stat sheet. Dacos with the big fist. Sinclair, they're a pleasure to watch. Probing ball. De Koning has charged into space. The Tigers forcing them out wide. Honours the lead. Broad clears the area. Brown, good looking kick. Can they get themselves a consolation prize? Gives it everything. Punched away. McKenzie does the crumbing. Smiley gets on the end of it. That's great footy.
That's probably as good a passage of players we've seen from them all day. Deserves a goal.
He's given it a tug and missed.
Those sorts of shots just have to be goals when you're trying to come from behind.
Trying to catch them out. Dacos pushes into space and receives the footy. Waiting for someone to come at him. Trezise makes good contact. Feeling the heat. Who was he aiming for? Ashcroft has been irrepressible. Ball to be won on centre wing. King, he's set upon. The umpire says you had prior opportunity.
He's not happy, but the call's correct.
Doesn't often waste it. Brown working hard and presenting well. Searching kick. O'Sullivan drops into the hole and marks.
That was dreadfully lax defending, leaving a player completely unattended so close to goal. The coach will be filthy.
Kicks around the body. He might have hooked this too far. He has.
He certainly would have expected to kick that one, but he's got to put it out of his mind now.
They've set up well for the kick-in. Dacos with a chance to relieve the pressure. In no hurry here. Manages to find a teammate. What can they muster from the back half? Slowing it down. The Tigers are chasing tail. King. Neat little worm burner. The Saints are out of trouble. Clark. He'll be sore in the morning. Even with the game well won, their pressure is still elite. Good ruck work. O'Connell. The Tigers have denied them the corridor. Gibcus. We've seen that before. Can he hit a target? Bouncing ball. Nankervis. O'Sullivan. Kicking for his first. It's been called deliberate. He can argue his case, but there is absolutely no point.
That's a big call. It's a big penalty because it will cost him a goal.
No trouble at all.
The Tigers have obviously had a tough day, but that was much better play.
The sting's well and truly gone out of this one. The big men fly. Algier, I felt that one from here. They're tackling with venom today. Nankervis wins it. Houghton somehow released the ball. Manages to get off a handball. De Koning, Anderson, Butters, blasts away. Brown outbodied his opponent and took a ripper.
The Saints are working harder at the present time and they're reaping the rewards.
To cap off a wonderful passage of play, that would have been a great team goal.
Gee, he'd be disappointed with that, but he'll back himself to make amends if he gets a chance.
Looking for a quick transition. Good work rate. Takes the safe option. He's hit up the lead. That's a useful ball. It's a hot footy. You have to be tough to play this game. The lift door's closed on him and he's gone.
He's not hiding his annoyance, but I think he's more upset with himself than with the umpire.
Clever kick. Campbell has found some space and they're away. Brown all on his own. Can he find a teammate? No one can mark. Deere knew the tackle was coming. Brown all alone in the centre square. This deserves a goal. Nankervis, too big, too strong, too good.
When you're copping or hiding, it's the little things you can hang your hat on. That was better movement of the footy.
Kicking for his first. Defence 101 there, and we'll have a throw in. Nankervis, they won't blame him. Houghton, O'Connell, gathers. Quality delivery by foot. I've liked his game today. Can they find a late goal? When one tackle just won't do. King gets in the way. Sinclair marks on centre wing. He's got an option in the centre square. Ashcroft, a good kick here and they'll be in business. Higgins works hard to present. The Saints moving the ball well. He hasn't been himself today. Miller doing what he does best. Brown throws it on the boot and that's a goal.
They're about ready to pop the champagne corks, and rightly so. It's been a magnificent display.
It's just about time for them to celebrate. What a performance this has been. It's been a great duel between the two big men. Rao, Broad, making his claim for the Golden Fist Award. King, Butters, gives it a ride, but it'll pull up short. The Saints are premiers. These players are absolutely spent, but the adrenaline is surging through their bodies as they soak up these precious moments. What are the main takeaways from that one, Half?
The Saints were challenged early, but it never really felt like they were going to lose today. Their stars stood up and led the way, and every player played their role. It's a true team performance that's given their season the reward it deserved.
You get the feeling there'll be a lot said about this one. Thanks, Huff.
How does it feel, Sidesfed? Premiers once again after 61 years.